Thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you very, very much. I want to say, first of all, my apologies to all you persons who are standing here tonight. Never in our wildest expectations we thought that we would have a UNC meeting in a PNM constituency to attack and what's going on. Never in our wildest expectations. And therefore, on behalf of all my colleagues, I want to say, please accept our sincere apologies. You have shocked us beyond our wildest expectations. It won't happen again. As I come here tonight with my colleagues in the borough of ARIMA, the rural borough of ARIMA, I feel heartened by what I've seen here in this vast crowd. Because you would recall that you were told some time ago, a couple of days ago, in a newspaper by Mr. Pandey, he doesn't understand why we only go into the UNC areas. He doesn't understand why we are going to the PNM areas. Tonight, Mr. Pandey, we are ARIMA. We are in ARIMA, which up to 2 years ago was the third largest town in Trinidad and Tobago. And 2 years ago, after I became MP for Chaguanas West, it became the fourth largest town. And Chaguanas is now the third. So Port of Spain, San Fernando, Chaguanas, and then ARIMA. And therefore, I want to apologize to ARIMA also for this demotion. If they want to get back promotion, turn to UNC. I want to commend ARIMA also for being, of course, the oldest borough in Trinidad and Tobago. They, of course, became a royal borough on August the 1st, 1888, over 100 years ago. They, of course, also have the history of being the only community where you have, as it were, the seat of the Carib Queen, currently Valentina Medina, the Carib Queen, and they have the Santa Rosa Carib community here. I want to commend them for the history, the wonderful history which they have, and the fact that ARIMA, the very word itself, means water. Only woefully they have none. None. So therefore, in many ways, ARIMA has a rich history, and tonight, by this vast crowd we have here tonight, ARIMA, you have also made history. I have come here tonight with my colleagues to talk to you about change, to talk to you about the need for change if we have to succeed. I came here tonight to talk to you about yesterday and what happened at Natex and why Ramjack why Ramjack had to walk out from Natex and leave Win. And Natex really means the National Executive Committee had a joint meeting yesterday where we were summoned, Ramesh and I were summoned to this joint meeting to be disciplined, to explain the so-called errors of our ways. And Ramjack had to walk out and leave Win. Win, I apologize. I apologize.
But win-win.
Eventually. I have come in tonight to talk to you about that, and I will do so.
Win.
But equally, I want to talk to you briefly, very briefly, instead of about yesterday, I want to talk to you briefly about tomorrow. Tomorrow, when we are hosting the Summit of Confusion. The Summit of Confusion. And I'll tell you why. I received a letter, one invitation, at 1:49 p.m. today. inviting me to the opening of the summit tomorrow. A summit that was being organized and planned 4 years ago. 4 years ago. I received this invitation. I called my friend Ramesh, he received none up to now. And I said to myself, Gypsy got his after me. And I said to myself, why is it this lack of respect? I could understand Mr. Pandey insulting me yesterday. That is his style, that is his habit. But I never knew that Manning copied from Pandey. I always thought it was the opposite. But the lack of respect shown today as a member of parliament to invite me at 1:49, I told them no dance. And they had a telephone number at the bottom of the invitation. Please, RSVP, telephone number so and so and so and so and so. And when I called the telephone to say I'm not coming, they said to me, this number is presently out of service. So the next best thing I did, I called around to different ministries to tell them I won't be there. And they told me, well, listen, Mr. Warner, you're lucky, you know, because the speaker got his only yesterday, and also the Chief Justice. But if the speaker and the Chief Justice want to be so insulted, that's their business, not me. And I told them that since there is nobody to whom I could tell I ain't coming, I will tell the media I ain't coming. And I make a press release, a copy of the invitation, and say I won't be there. I won't be there. I would leave Mr. Manning to take the summit as his own baby. You see, in the past, I thought he was suffering from fellow DC. But right now, he's suffering from Obamsi. Obamsi. And let Mr. Manning, who is suffering from Obamsi, enjoy the summit, but without me, without my colleagues, without Gypsy, without Ramesh. And the sad thing is, 3 weeks ago, President Obama wrote the president of FIFA, copied to me, to ask FIFA to give the US the right to host the World Cup in 2018. President Obama later said, I played football as a young boy in the streets of Jakarta, and what football did to him as a young man and so on. And Mr. Manning, will you please, Mr. Jesus Christ, and President Blatter, will you please help by giving the US the World Cup to host in 2018. We were in Copenhagen, Denmark, when President Blatter called me and said, will you help? What do you think? Hear the fool. I said, President Blatter, I will be seeing him in Trinidad in a couple of weeks later. And when I see him, we shall discuss privately what he expects of us, and la-di-da, la-di-da. After all, you recall, to host the 2006 World Cup in South Africa, I brought Mandela here. Mandela came here to ask for my support for South Africa to host the World Cup. I gave him, and they were able to host it. And when Mandela came here, you recall, I didn't grab him and hug him, you know. I said, Mr. Mandela, take him, he's yours. No problem, I don't need that. I gave him to Mr. Manning. And I went and I said, Mr. Mandela, you will have the World Cup in 2006. So like the fool I am, I thought when Obama comes here, I will say, President Obama, I received your letter. Mr. Blatter asked me to have a word with you, and we shall consider la-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da. Boy, I will see him on TV, the same way I see him when he's in the US, and the same way I see him when he's in Germany and when he's in London. But no big thing, because today the President of the US Federation